I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. This was a fat dog I saw. This plant, actually. Hello? Fat dog I saw in the gym. Jerry, I named this pig Jerry. He's a chubby boy. My digital art illustration, which I actually turned into a greeting card. This is when my sketchbook goes upside down, I remember. And my matcha girl stickers. So I thought of a food truck. Welcome to a very chaotic sketchbooks tour where all my pages are very disjointed and it kind of pisses me off because why is my brain like this? Some pages are missing, some pages are empty for no reason. This one looks like it was found in a sewer somewhere. My name is Claudine and I'm a personal trainer who's building my art business and social media on top of helping my clients. And let's get started. It's definitely not going to be chronological. 2016 is probably the earliest that these start, so we shall see. NSFW. This was during a time where I wasn't taking art that seriously because I had just gotten out of college. I really enjoyed my figure drawing classes. So I would say this is around 2016 because I graduated in 2015. I had finished college with a Bachelor of Arts degree because I didn't want to pursue engineering anymore since I thought it was hard and boring. It was just like, this is not for me. I need an easy way out. And that's why I went to art. And these are just remnants of what I've learned from my figure drawing classes. And I just saw animals out there. This is a carabao. I did not see that outside in California. This is from the Philippines. Next, this was definitely in the same year. A beachscape. I tried colored pencils. Obviously, I wasn't patient. I think my art is a direct reflection of who I am as a person. And back then, I was a lot more impatient than I am now. That's saying a lot because I feel like I'm not that patient with myself, at least. Anyway, I think this is somewhere in Corona Del Mar in California. I hated it. Period. There's nothing else. I hated this drawing. Moving on. This is settings. Nature, city, suburban, both. A jungle bear. Chops wood. Brush/floss teeth with sticks and pine cones. City bear. Light switch. Brew. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. But I hope it's entertaining to you guys. And this is just a page where I was practicing my shapes. Just getting loose with it. Sketching. More animals. Very similar to the first page. Me, I hate self-portraits. This is one of my very few self-portraits that I did. I remember hating it and I was like, I don't like my face. But I've come a long way. I've come to like my face. This is just years and years of insecurities. And I think I was just doing exposure therapy where I was like, let me just get up in my face and try to draw it. And I was like, no! Another one. I looked really angry here. I don't know why. One of the pieces of art that I was proud of, this happened around the Panini times. You know, the Panini times? More practice sketches. I did those like 2 to 5 minute poses where I went on the site. I forget which site it is, but they have a bunch of just like random people posing specifically for figure drawing practice. But I really liked how this guy's face turned out. I wonder how he's doing. More figure drawing. I was trying my hand at pen and ink. I really love pen and ink. I love the texture that I could lay down with it. What are these notes? I started following my grandma's health advice again and got healthier. You can do everything right, but that's what matters most. I think I was coming up with video ideas because I used to post up health and fitness content and I low-key kind of hated it at the end because people are kind of mean and I felt very disconnected with my content that I was putting out there, and that's why I love art so much more. I love art. I love the community. People are so much nicer. Okay, what does this say? Mean girls. Lots of unassuming people. Childlike and trusting. You wonder what she is related to the title. Oh, I guess like Mean Girls. I was analyzing Mean Girls. Regina George, what did she do to Janice? Seems typically mean, but she's so much more than that. You want to know why? Wow. Okay, this one I was just practicing. See, this is what I'm saying. My notebook or my sketchbooks are just a collection of brain dump thoughts. This one I was... Oh. That's not a booger, that's a dried mango. This one I was trying to make a table with the leftover scraps that I had from our remodel that my husband and I went through with our condo a few years ago. And these are remnants from my fitness days, talking about calories in, calories out. I feel for my past self because I could tell a part of me was like, I don't want to keep doing fitness content, but here we are. And ironic that it ended up being in my sketchbook because I really was drawn to the sketchbook. And it's something I should have followed earlier on, but there are no shoulds in life. You just keep going. All right, more sketches. This is from, where was this? Oh, this was my sketch in Ireland. And then more, I think I tried to sketch my sister. I was uncomfortable with it. This is my husband. This is me. Scary. Tried to sketch my sister. Did not like it. Terrified. This is a castle that I saw in Ireland and one of the streets. Loved it out there. People are so nice in Ireland. All right, more. Me being like, oh, I hate self-portraits. Me trying my self-portraits. This was a fat dog I saw. This is me as a baby. I tried doing a continuous line drawing of my brother and just like iterations of my face, but also looks like my sister because we look alike. Really weird. This is my little sister and she had her mouth open. This is like a picture of her because she had her tooth taken out. She's super weird. Okay, what does this say? All right, how my grandma made me healthy. Oh, these are the things that my grandma did for us when we were younger. We call her Mama. And she made us freshly squeezed juice every morning, no ultra processed junk foods. Like she did not let us eat that stuff. And we played outside a lot, not a lot of TV time actually. And we were the weird kids. Cool. These are little drawings from the Berenstain Bears that I had referenced. The Berenstain Bears, Too Much Junk Food. Love that book. Another self-portrait. You know, I'm doing a lot of self-portraits as someone who doesn't like self-portraits. This is my brother. Love pen and ink. Fitness. Don't know what that means. Wow, another self-portrait, even though I was like, I hate it. Ooh, this is where it gets a little fun. This one is this plant, actually. Hello? He's right here. I tried out these cheap oil pastels I got from Amazon. And I really enjoyed it. It feels like very mushy crayons or very creamy crayons. We were at Big Bear, May 27, 2023. This is a pen drawing of my husband. He's posing, trying to look dumb. Don't ask me why his arm is disproportionate to the size of his head and the rest of his body. No idea. Abstract oil pastel of my husband. I was trying out something for my sister's brand, Eat Venturers, and I was trying to make something that I could create as a logo. I struggled a lot with logos back then. Random sketch I did, I think this was Willem Dafoe, but it did not end up looking like him. Some random model in a magazine, a hand. I was obsessed with hands growing up as a kid, and I used to draw a lot of bloody hands. Really scary. This was this fat dog I saw in the gym, super cute. He was scared. He was hiding under a client's trunk. This is where I started trying the techniques that I learned from that like pen and ink drawing book, the ones that I had practiced earlier in the sketchbook. A random burger. Say less. Oh no, me again as a sketch. This is a reference that I got in New York. I made this like random blob of flesh that I practiced in. And I was like, I absolutely hate this. I tried it again here, city in the background. I kind of like the foreground being in complete color and then the back is graphite. I think that's a really cool effect. Jerry, I named this pig Jerry. I don't know who this pig is. I just made this pig. And he's a chubby boy. I got into like monochromatic colored pencil drawings. This is very meta because he's looking at my sketchbook that has the pig Jerry on it with this magenta rod that I drew. I love me some meta content. Trying out some more oil pastels. Do not like my color theory here. I would say that my color theory isn't the strongest. It's something that I'm getting better at. But you just chubby little hippo. I think this is Mu Dang, actually. Terrifying. This is a drawing of my dad. I tried different colors, but I do like the values that came out of it. I will say I'm proud of my values getting better as an artist. Tried using this paper with, I don't know, I think this was gouache. Tried making an eye, did not make it. I think I just like came up with a composition in my head, but I used different plants throughout our house and our different places and tried to put something together. More plants. More plants. Oh, I was trying to create a scene because my sister wanted to, I bring my sister up a lot because she does food content and she really wants artwork for her brand, and she makes this really good pan de sal recipe. Pan de sal is just a Filipino roll, and she was like, oh, can you make something that showcases pan de sal? And I was like, all right, let me sketch something out. Okay, it says, I'm in a different phase now. Things feel a lot easier than normal. My work is of high service and worthy of massive compensation. Another journal entry within my sketchbook. This one I had like four different ideas of what I wanted for a painting. This one's a croissant with some latte art and succulents. Cake with mangoes. Oh, this is a mango cake and a bunch of coconuts. I wanted to do this 3D coconut art where I use my heavy texture acrylic paint that's like a little poofy, and I wanted to put fish inside the coconuts. I don't know. I was just having fun with it. Next! I was still thinking about that coconut idea, and this one says Lolo Andres painting. So fun fact, my great-grandpa, he was a painter. Just a rough layout or outline of this oil painting that he created for my dad, and he sent it to him from the Philippines, and it was all rolled up in as a canvas, and my dad had it stretched out. It was really cool. This one is a bahay kubo that I had bought from a Filipino supermarket. Here, I'll show you. This bahay kubo, which just means cubicle house. I wanted to paint on it, smear acrylic gel on it, paint a boy on the roof because my dad loves that type of stuff. I still need to do it. I've had this idea for like a couple years now. And these are just other ideas for round canvases with textured paintings. This was in my textured painting era. Maybe I'll revisit it soon, who knows. This is the period where I'm like, I'm doing food art. This is what, I guess, defined my style as an artist, or I guess my niche is food. I love food. This one is terrifying. Why do I have so many terrifying artwork? More oil pastels I made. I try to stylize my husband. I swear he does not look like this. My husband is a cute man, okay, and this is a scary man. These are heirloom tomatoes, and I wanted to, heirloom tomatoes with salted duck eggs. Very classic Filipino dish, and like just very popular in Asia. And I wanted to attach him to a tomato. Don't ask me why. Don't even ask me. This is more oil pastels. This was actually recently, I think like a few months ago. I do want to get into the more expensive oil pastels. Maybe that's just my weird ADHD tendencies, trying to hoard as many art supplies as possible. Thought of a heart canvas with little sushi like pieces on it. Cute. More oil pastels. I was brain rotting that day, I remember, and I told myself, okay, I need to stop. How about just make something, anything in a journal and just draw, just freely draw. I firmly believe in using art as a replacement for doom scrolling. It's better for your brain. These are bonbons. I wanted to do something easy piece of art, minimal colors. Again, I think I was doom scrolling. These happened before this. Don't ask me why this happened before that, because again, my brain just likes to jumble things up. Recreating my sister's pan de sal recipe into a piece of art because I eventually wanted to create it into an art print. So this is her ube butter mochi recipe. I just looked at her blog and looked at her most popular recipes. So that's why I started with pan de sal and ube butter mochi. Ube butter mochi is so good. It's just like, it's like a squishier version of a brownie. It's really yummy. And this one, I played around with gouache. I feel like this is one of those defining moments that I had as an artist. It sounds so pretentious, but it really did help me realize this is the style that I love. It really reminds me of like Studio Ghibli. I just love making food look delicious and cozy. What's this? Oh, this is an idea that I had for my digital art illustration called Spam Musubi Kitchen Scene, which I actually turned into a greeting card. I wanted to get that feeling of, you know, coming back from the beach, it's really hot, you just want something to eat, something quick, and you make a Spam Musubi in the kitchen. This is when my sketchbook goes upside down, I remember. I made this like a month ago. Really took my time with oil pastels, featuring the same plant again. And it's crazy because you can see the difference between who I was as an artist and as a person in the very beginning versus this one, where I really take the time. My color theory's gotten better, I would say. There's just more confidence in it, especially with my composition. I really enjoyed it. And fruits are just really fun to draw. So if you've been in this channel long enough, you know who Amber Beery is. Amber Beery is my sister's childhood bear, and she's been around for probably like 25 years in our family. I decided to turn her into a character in colored pencil, trying out different outfits that she could have. And she's just so cute. She is so precious. And this is her eating an isa, which is chicken intestines, grilled chicken intestines. I was hired to do a corporate event, a painting event, and it was for Mental Health Awareness Month. The person who was organizing it said, oh, we should do one where, you know, we paint food, kind of like what you're doing. I was like, yes, let's do it. So I was coming up with different ideas on which pieces we can paint with a corporate team. I really wanted to do an ube cake roll. I had a pan de sal in there, maybe coffee, and then a puto, which is a Filipino dessert, on a banana leaf, but obviously I didn't finish that. This was during the event, so we had a scrap piece of paper. I was just getting them loose with their hands and more comfortable with the medium they were using, which is gouache. This is the end result of that painting event. It was really fun. They were a cool group of people. I absolutely hated. I was trying out Posca markers on this paper, and it just peeled off. It was not fun. I was trying to draw bread and matcha, and it was not it. I want to try out different markers. But yeah, I guess that's it for this one. We're moving on to the next one. Yeah, this was definitely back in 2016. I was trying out these watercolor markers that my, well, then boyfriend, but now he's my husband, that he had gotten me. And I remember being really happy with how it turned out. This is me before. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why this notebook just annoys me. I'm gonna push this in the back because this belongs back there. I was doing gratitude journaling. I wanted to draw out the things that I was grateful for. Gratitude is a huge part as to why I became better as an artist too. I tried doing like some weird anime faces. Creepy, very creepy, I know. Tried out blending with colored pencils. This one was kind of tough, but I loved how this gummy worm turned out. Oh, I think this is, okay, so I had done a challenge, a habits challenge with my personal training clients where they all pulled in $25 each, and whoever got the most steps at the end of the month got the pot. Oh man, I really wish I could find the artist on who I got this reference from. This really talented artist, it was their digital art, and I used it as reference to study that type of style. And I really love the line work that they do and the hash marks that they do within the breads and the foods that they draw. Just a huge influence as to how I make my own art pieces. This one's pie, cake, and this one's sapin, which is a rice flour based dessert from the Philippines. This is the style that I love. I love this. And this is the sapin on its own. Another empty page. And now we go upside down. This is Amber Beery. Again, these are made out of Posca markers, her exploring different foods. These are one of my first sketches of her in different outfits and different poses. I did not like her mouth showing, actually. I think we ended up with this where it's just her nose and her mouth. Now we're gonna go backwards. I don't know how this went backwards. Oh yeah. I'm gonna flip from this page. I was thinking of the movie Chef, so I thought of a food truck, and I just wanted to draw a bunch of plump, voluptuous looking foods in graphite. More isao. My cousin wanted to make ube pancakes, and it was a design for this polymer clay piece that we had made. I drew out Filipino arroz caldo, which is this almost like a rice porridge or congee. Take a screenshot because this is one of my go-to like sick food recipes. I was coming up with puns. Will you be my matcha? Cheese and potatoes are the best mates. More pancit, less regret. Let that man go, have a mango. More halo halo, less sorrow sorrow. It just goes to show you what goes on in my head. I was experimenting with different color combinations. Did not like this one. These were the Posca markers. I think it's because they have limited, or the set that I have, it's just a limited color combination, so I did not like how they look. Matcha parfaits that I had in Japan, they were so good. It's just full of like matcha, cream, crunchy like cornflake bits, sweet beans. So good. Got messed up though, but that's just me. This one's really weird. Hear me out. This is a croissant and it's in 3D. It gets fed into a black hole and it gets flattened into a flat croissant. I thought of this because when we were in Japan, we went to this bakery where they were serving like very flat pieces of, or just very flat croissants. Croissant. I was like, oh, it's like a regular croissant that fell into a black hole and it got flattened. Let me show you the rest, like these loose pieces, because these are still part of the sketchbook. So I had ripped out pieces of my sketchbook and I had printed isometric grids on it because I wanted to do rough sketches of these digital art pieces that I had created last year of all the foods that I grew up eating, which is mostly Filipino food. I love isometric angles because it's kind of like video games where no matter where you place it in your scene, it's not going to get smaller because it's further away. It's not going to get bigger because it's more towards you. Everything's just equal sized. Ube pandesal. This one's a corn dessert called maíz con hielo. And I think this is just a random cinnamon roll. And in the back, I did a test print of pandesal, and it was not a good test print. This one is a grilled squid illustration that I made. This one's taho, and this one's duck egg. So these all got turned into digital art pieces. And this one is avocado with condensed milk and milk. Such a good dessert. If you haven't tried a sweet avocado dessert, it's so good. You must try. I was experimenting a lot with gouache then, and I wanted to make an ensaymada, which is this Filipino brioche dessert that has lightly sweet, salty frosting on it with shredded cheese, yellow cheese. So good, but I just didn't know how to translate it into a drawing or an illustration that really suited my vibe. This is last year where I was still trying to figure out, okay, what's my style as an artist? And we have more Amber Beery. No mouth. Scary, scary. Drool. I did not like the open drool. My final illustrations of Amber Beery, she's drooling but with her mouth closed in my matcha girl stickers. Trying out different outfits. She's a sailor because she's exploring the world. This one is my very first illustration of her. Me trying out gouache. I remember in that moment, I was like, I really want to start posting up more of my food art illustrations, but I didn't know what to post up. I was like, I should just post up something as simple as this, but I never posted it up. That's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed my illustrations, my very chaotic illustrations and very disorganized notebooks. Whether you're an artist or you just love art, or you just love food in general, or you like all, I hope that you find comfort in this video because I find so much comfort in art. That's why I started doing it. You don't have to have the most organized pieces of work in order to be creative. As long as you're doing something creative, that makes you a creative person. And the more you exercise that creativity, I think in general, you will feel so much better mentally, and that's the key to a happy life. But that's just my 2 cents, and I hope that you'll stick around, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye!